Dear students, welcome to our online class. In our today's class, we'll be learning something from Arms and the Man by George Martin Shaw. So, in that picture, what do you find here? What do you see here? Can you explain it?
Choc- the chocolate boy কি বলে এটাকে
What is being
blank
shown
steel
here?
and Raina's chemistry.
Whose hand is it?
Raina's
Okay,
Raina's hand.
okay. Who is Raina?
uh, Raina is the daughter of uh,
Daughter of Catherine.
daughter
Mr.
of
and Mrs. Petkoff.
Okay, Mr. and
The
Mrs.
film,
Yes,
the film is of Arms and the Man.
yes. So, what is the name of this man?
blank steel.
Okay. So, what is his profession?
He's Bulgarian. No, sorry, Bulgarian. No.
And what does he keep with him? Does he keep a pistol or does he keep a chocolate? What does he keep in his pocket?
He keeps
Chocolate.
chocolate.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Now I would like to move on to our next slide. So you can see the picture of George Bernard Shaw over here, and you know that we can know something about this person. So George Bernard Shaw, 26 July 1856 to 2nd November 1950, known at his insistence simply as Bernard Shaw, was an Irish playwright. So he was an Irish playwright. Okay, critic, polemicist, and political activist. His influence on Western theatre, culture, and politics extended from the 1880s to his death and beyond. He wrote more than 60 plays, including major works such as Man and Superman, Pygmalion, and St. John. With a range incorporating both contemporary satire and historical allegory, Shaw became the leading dramatist of his generation and in 1985 was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature. So you can easily understand the quality of his writing and the way he presents things. And one thing that I'd like to tell you is that it is quite simple indeed. The play which we find over here is the bad sides. This is called uh, something. The play is talking against the war. And you know that Karl Marx had a great impact on George Bernard Shaw. So he is at the center of his ideological thinking. So this is a picture of Karl Marx. And you know that in the society there are some different fragments of the different places or hierarchies. So what are the hierarchies in the society? Can you tell us? The classes.
Different.
How many classes do you find in the society?
There are upper class, lower class.
Three
Yes.
type of classes.
Yes.
Three types of class. Sorry. Three
So
type
can
of
you
class.
tell us the types?
Upper class, middle class, lower class.
Actually,
Okay.
upper class and lower class. And you know that upper class is always privileged. And you know, and
Yes.
something that it happens that the lower class is always suppressed by the upper class.
Yes.
And you know that there is a matter of money over here. So in the society that is full of problems, and in the society there are some differences or some divisions in the society. So you know that Marxism is the political and economic theories of Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels, later developed by their followers to form the basis of communism. So in the Marxism, we find that in a society there are some different layers, and some people enjoy the most things, and other people don't get anything. So there are different layers. We find different types of problems, and you know that there is a matter of socialism, as we see in Bernard Shaw's thinking, that socialism is a political and economic theory of social organization which advocates that the means of production, distribution, and exchange should be owned or regulated by the community as a whole. So, in socialism, we find that everyone will participate in all the activities. So, this shouldn't be maintained or controlled by one particular social persons or social community. So, everyone will have the participation in the society. And you know that Bernard Shaw is also a Fabianist. So, what is meant by Fabianism? The Fabian Society is a British socialist organization whose purpose is to advance the principles of democratic socialism by gradualist and reformist effort in democracy rather than by revolutionary overthrow. And we see that in society there are some different kinds of people, different social strata. But one thing that is quite important in the life is that different people enjoy different social amenities, and some people are deprived of all these things. And you know that this is called an anti-romantic comedy. So, can you tell us why it is called an anti-romantic comedy? Anyone?
No, sir. Almost forget.
So, why is it called an anti-romantic comedy? And you know that you can find what is an anti-romantic comedy. So, you can see this here. Can you read this out?
Yes, sir. Forget, sir.
Yes.
Anti means against or opposite. In this case, it would be the opposite of or that which is against a romantic comedy. An anti-romantic comedy has to be humorous and it must still have an element of romance. If it did not, it would not be categorized as it is. So that leaves two elements which change in an anti-romantic comedy: how love is thwarted and the happy ending. Though it is possible to have a comedic romantic journey without a happy ending, it is not done often, and the elements comprising how love is thwarted are of a specific nature.
Okay. So, you know that anti means which is against something. And in an anti-romantic comedy, it has to be humorous, so it has some laughters, uh, but it may have the element of romance or romantic love. We find over here. Uh, Leaves two elements which change in an anti-romantic comedy: how love is thwarted and a happy ending. So we find at the end this is a happy ending, and you know that this has three acts in this play. And you see there are some characters over there: Captain Bluntschli, Raina Petkov, Catherine Petkov, Major Paul Petkov, Major Sergius Saranov, Nikola Loka, and a soldier. So, can you tell us about these characters from this play?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Captain Blanchfield is the real hero of the play. Diana Petkov is the daughter of Major Paul Petkov. Catherine Petkov is the mother of Raina. Major Paul Petkov is the chief of Bulgarian army. Major Sergius is the romantic hero. Nicola is the main servant of Petkov's. Loka is the maid servant of Petkov's soldier.
Okay. So we can
I
easily
don't know,
understand the
sir.
different characters over here. And Captain Bluntschli and Major Sergius Sarnov. So you see that these two characters, there are some differences in these two characters. Can you find out the differences?
I didn't get you, sir.
Yes. What is the difference? So what difference do we find over here?
I didn't get the question, sir. Will you please tell me again?
So who is better?
Oh,
Captain
um,
Darsley or Major Sergeant Sarnoff?
sir, Captain Blanche, because of Major Sargius was cheated Raina and he has an extramarital affair with Loka. So it's better to Captain Blanche.
Yes, yes. So, and you know that Captain Blanchley is a real hero, and we can easily
Yes, sir.
understand that his father had a great business. And you know, at the end of this play, we come to see that Captain Blanchley makes a good decision, and he always he, in spite of becoming a great man from a family, from a rich family, he doesn't show that he is rich. Rather, he is rich in his
Yes,
mind, not showing his richness through his money. Actually, he's a man who
yes,
is talking about, or who is thinking about that the richness that has come from his mind. Okay, now I would like to move to our next slide. So this is something we find from this play, and this is Arms and Demand takes place during the 1885 Serbo-Bulgarian War. So this is about 1885 Serbo-Bulgarian War, and Raina is the heroine, a wealthy young woman with a taste for melodrama, engaged to Sergei Sarnov. So he is engaged to Sergei Sarnov, but we come to understand that Sergei Sarnov turns to be a bad person. A dashing major in the Bulgarian army, on the night of her fiance's triumph on the battlefield, a soldier in the Serbian army, a Swiss professional with no national interest, bursts into her bedroom. So a person comes to her bedroom. So what is the name of the person who comes to his bedroom at that night? Who comes to the bedroom of Raina? I think the connection was lost. So we
yes,
can
sir.
start the connection. Wait a minute. I'm sharing the screen again with you. Got it. It's taking some time to come. Wait a bit.
Connection is very poor.
So you understand that a man comes to the room of Raina. So he is the chocolate cream soldier. I'd like to move on to these other slides. Raina complies, though she thinks the man a coward, especially when he tells her that he carries chocolates instead of pistol cartridges. So you can understand that the man is not someone who takes with him the pistol, rather he takes with him the, what do I say, the chocolate. Raina's mother, imperious social climber, Catherine helps her smuggle the soldier away, but not before Raina has lost a bit of her heart to this pathetic specimen. When the menfolk return from war, Raina prepares to worship her victorious Sergius. So the main character, other character is Sergius. At first, she thinks about Sergius, but later on, it appears that Sergius has some problems, and she has developed a connection with Captain Percy. Her chocolate cream soldier appears to return a borrowed house coat and is invited to stay. So, if you know that he takes a coat from Raina, and when he comes to uh, return, kind of problem happens. And you know that in these takes there are some laughter, some uh, something which we like to see. Okay, and incidentally, to help with regimental transport by Hospital Major Petkov, meanwhile, Noble Sergius, disgusted with the practical realities of war, is more interested in flirting with Lovka. So, at first, he loved Raina. Later, he took a resort to Lovka, the defiant housemate who scorns to have the soul of. As the Petkov family, their servants and the soldier himself struggle to hold on to the secrets and preserve their ideas. They are forced to question their romantic notions about social class, identity, war, and love. So you know that in this text we find different people of different social backgrounds, social strata, and as they are from different places, their mindset or their way of living and their way of thinking are also quite different. So in this text, there are differences of ideas which we find over here. And you know that the class discrimination is one of the important themes of this play. And you know that different people would like to go to different places, but in the social system, there's some class distinction. That's why we can see various discrimination in the society. And the socialist view of life is also one of the important themes of this play. And you know that ignorance versus knowledge, so sometimes people do not know something, then they come to understand the reality of life. And you know that this capitalism or the capitalist society or the capitalist class, anti-romantic view of love or the realities of love, actually we see that in the very beginning it was found that Sergius had relationship with Raina, but later on we come to see that he doesn't love Raina, rather he goes to Loka. So a kind of shifting we find over here. And if you just see that if there are two heroes in this play, we can see that Blanchely is the main hero, and he is a man who is very much clear about his thought and his way of life. So you find that there is a war happening in this play, and we come to see the realities of war. So how war has made some tremendous effect on the mind of the people, and how war has devastated the lives. So with that, we have come to the end of our today's presentation. We hope you have enjoyed the class, and I'll I wish that all of you will attend the classes and exams timely. And if you have any problem, you can always contact your class teacher or guide teacher so that he or she can help you a lot. And I come to see that today's exam, I can see 58 students have answered. So you have 73 students in your class, and 58 students have answered. So this is not actually expected from you. We want that everyone will attend the classes and exams at the same time. So we'll see you in the next class, and we wish all the good success and the good health of you, and hopefully we'll meet in the next exam.